Good morning, good morning. I'm brittwriterly, and this is my channel, Writer's Ambition. Although this is not a Writer's Ambition episode, but no, sorry, y'all, I was fully in video mode. Hi, it's me. I'm Britt. Welcome to Friyay Morning Reading Sprint. Now I'm on the right channel. Okay. So thank y'all for waiting. I was having some technical difficulties. I don't know. Actually, I do know. My computer wanted to update, and instead of being a mature adult and telling me, hey, I need to update, it decided to turn off my mic so that I had to restart it to try to reboot the mic. And when I was the options where it's like power down, restart, shut down, it was like update and restart. If you needed to do that, why did you not just say so? You have never mentioned it to me. So anyway, now we're here and y'all can hear me, hopefully. But that's why I'm a little tardy, even though I've been sitting in this exact spot for nigh on an hour. We're here with each other. Okay, so what are y'all reading? I am actually wrapping up my Bible study. It's real good. I am reading, let me find it. I am reading, God is switching on me. Mercy. What a day we're having already. Sex, Purity, and the Longings of a Girl's Heart. Discovering the Beauty and Freedom of God-Defined Sexuality by Kristen Clark and Bethany Beal, who are sisters. So it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. It has an audiobook and an ebook. It's on Script. And I'm reading this chapter about pornography, erotica, and masturbation. It's really good. I haven't gotten to the masturbation part yet, but good morning, T. But as far as the pornography and erotica, they're not saying anything that I didn't already know, because there are actually lots of people, even people who are like, no, I'm not a Christian, but pornography is bad for you. And there are scientific studies on it, like what it does to neuroreceptors in the brain, and also just the moral fact that there are absolutely sex slaves who are participating in pornography against their will. So it just gets into a lot of those issues, and then also talks about God's design for it and how this is just not how we were made to experience sex, and how it can really warp other relationships, which I find interesting because a lot usually, or not usually, a lot of the times you're not necessarily watching porn with another person, but it can still affect your relationships with other people, and I find that interesting. So that's what I'm reading. When I finish this, I'm going to switch to, is that I couldn't get through Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. I'm not gonna lie to you. I couldn't get through it. But it was a little slow for me, and also she was a little silly for me. But did you enjoy it? What were your thoughts on that? Yeah, when I get done with this, I am going to review this little piece of Legendborn that I was focusing on for my dissertation, and I'm almost done with that chapter of the dissertation, so I'm really excited. I'm going to finish it today. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this Bible study up in the first sprint, and then for the next two, focus on finishing chapter 2 of my dissertation, which shouldn't take long. I literally have 3 pages. But in the last few pages, there's just this thing that I reference, and I'm like, I don't remember that. I'm sure past me was had a lot fresher memory of Legendborn, but I'm just like, I don't remember that. And did it happen exactly like that? Or was I mistaken? Now's the time for me to go back and read that section of the book and really figure out what I was talking about. So good morning, T. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Vina. Vina, you here early. Usually you sort of come through a little later. Reading A Match Made for Thanksgiving. The holiday romances. They are upon us. Audiobook of Black Girls Must Die Exhausted was good. I didn't love it the first time I read it, but the second time was more relatable for where I am in life. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, in reflection, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think I am where she was. I'm 27, and I don't think she was that much older than 27. How old is she? T? But yeah, the whole thing with the guy The whole thing with the guy, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like this, why are we talking to this man? I can never, when books start off with them being with trash men, I'm just like, if you're, how long am I gonna have to wait for you to kick this dude to the curb is my question. That's what I want to know. Exactly. It's not a palate cleanser for me if they are ridiculously silly. Not that women don't behave that way, because they do. They're immature women like they're immature men. It is true. But I'm just like, it's not a palate cleanser for me if I'm going to be annoyed the whole way through. And I was annoyed with her more often than not. Although her grandmother was funny. I'm off today, so I don't have to check in on my break like I usually do. I see. Well, happy off day. Oh, 34. Okay. So yeah, maybe I'll read it again in 7 years if the Lord gives me that time, and I'll be like, I understand. I understand. Presently, I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Where is that from? I don't know. Okay. Vanessa Jared's Got a Man by Laquette. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Not defending colonizer romance. Goodness. We gotta try every spirit out here in these streets. Has anyone read Blood Marked? Hi, Deidre. Well, were you enjoying it before that? Were you enjoying it before? Is she a good writer? Um, I have Blood Marked on audio. Why is it 22 hours? When I saw that, I was like, do I already have an Audible credit? Yes, I actually have two. And even then, my finger just hesitated to sign up for 22 hours of racism. Because you and I know that's what it's going to be. And I asked someone who read an arc, and she was like, you may want to wait on reading it. I knew it. Exactly. I knew it. I knew it from the end of Legendborn with the way they treated her, even after they were like, oh, you're the king? And who was it? Oh, girl was still like, not possible, not you. And I'm like, people are down to be allies until it looks like you may have authority over them. And then they want you to stay in your place. Hmm. You should see the physical edition. The past, the arc to they passed the arc to Ray, but the font was so tiny. I'm not sure if there are typos there if I'm reading what you said right, Vina. Hey Ari, how are you? I read chapter 1 and over possessive selling cute at all. I like I'm listen, absolutely not. Skylar, good morning. I don't know either. It's been a very long time or we have not met, but if this is your first time, welcome. If it's your first time in a while, welcome back. Yeah, the person I was talking to was like, it's 60 chapters long. Now, Legendborn was 18 hours, but if y'all will recall, because buddy Deidre, did we buddy read this together, or was that just Ray Bearer? I feel like we might have buddy read Legendborn as well. Or maybe we just talked about it afterwards, but it took me months to finish Legendborn. Literal months. It feels like at the very least it will take me months to even pick Blood Marked up, because the fact that she ended with Cell, I just so many things about Legendborn just don't sit right with me. Even as you will never hear me say that Miss Dion is not an excellent writer. She absolutely is. The plot, she's going to give it to you. The world building, she's going to give it to you. The character arc, she's going to give it to you. She's a good writer. Plot twist, oh, yeah, no, she knows her craft. I really, really enjoyed studying Legendborn. I did not enjoy reading it. I think that's the difference. I appreciate it as a work, but then the other things about it, I'm just like, that would make it really hard for me to reread that again for pleasure. I actually wouldn't. And I wouldn't read Blood Marks for pleasure either, honestly. I just can't read a Black fantasy with so many white people in it. And maybe that's not fair because I don't know that Tracy Dion ever said that Legendborn was a Black fantasy. That's the gotcha. But I just can't read a fantasy written by a Black woman with a Black woman as the protagonist surrounded by so many white people. And I'm just like, no, I can't do it. Can't do it. Me neither, Deidre. It'll take a very long while to be so honest. I can't. I'm working on my own college set fantasy story. Okay, then it's NaNoWriMo. Get into it. Yeah, because I remember us having extensive conversation about it and the fact that it was unrealistic. That I think we did, because I think I remember there being a live where we were talking about it not being realistic that she was at UNC Chapel Hill, but there were apparently like very few Black people to be seen. And then someone in the live chat was like, yeah, and as an alum of that school, the Black student organization is very prominent, like they're very visible, so it doesn't make sense that she wouldn't have seen them. So I feel like even if we did buddy read, we did a live together on it. Oh, sorry, I didn't even read that comment. The overwhelming whiteness of it, but it is. It bothers me. If there were more Black people, I'll even say if she just had a squad of Black people, if she had just like a crew that was like, we're surrounded, we're in this order, we're in this white organization, whatever, we trying to get through. But I have my friend, I have my girl so and so, I have my dude, my cousin, my brother, my friend so and so. Whether you knew them before or met them on campus, I just need a critical mass of Black people. Even if the critical mass is like, oh, it's most of the people in the book. No, like a critical mass, like I need you to have a core of Black people with you who we can have multiple representations of Black people, multiple perspectives of Black people, and for you just to have those touch points of culture, because right now it's giving color but it's not giving culture. What are the cultural aspects of Bree's Blackness? I cannot say. The most culturally Black thing I remember, not that that's all that was there, but that I remember about Bree was her dad being like, who do you think you're talking to? Like her parents were the Blackest thing about her that I remember. And I guess like the hair washing scenes, but I remember talking to Deidre about that, like how often she was washing her hair, like a lot of different things. Yeah, no. Beast of Prey was the business. I loved Beast of Prey. I have Beast of Ruin on Audible. I've started it. But the thing is, I'm not really trying to listen to any YA fantasy right now. So if I can't even get through Beast of Ruin, which I actually love Ekon and Kofi, and they are not like stupid kids. Like they're not out here doing stupid stuff. They're intelligent. They make the best decisions they can, all at the same time as like their emotions are real. Like I say nothing bad to me about Beast of Prey, Beast of Ruin, Ayana, great, keep it. I love the whole world. I'm here for this Pan-African fantasy, absolutely. But I'm just not in the mood for YA right now. So honestly, if I'm not able to like get through prime YA fantasy content, Bloodmark doesn't have a chance. Which again, is not because of her writing. She's an excellent writer, Tracy Dion. It's the things that she writes that make it really hard for me to get through. Along with the hyper focus on the romance. Oh, is it? Is there a lot of focus on her and Cell? Because I don't like him. You're not coming back from saying that you would rip her tongue out of her head. I read that book over a year ago and I still remember that moment. Visceral reaction from me. You're not coming back from that. The fact that he's a love interest also is like, absolutely not. That's the truth. Just because it had a Black protect doesn't mean it's intended to be a Black story. And that's what I think I'm assuming of her. That may not be true. Pat, listen. She wrote it like that because she went to UNC. Which is interesting though, because if Dion went to UNC, people at UNC are like, where are the Black people? Because we're definitely here. So it just didn't make any sense. But you're like, yes, sure, your experience. But I remember an episode of When Black Women Speaks, and Bree said this very true, very, very apt thing, that there are Black people who are just more comfortable being around white people. And I'm like, have I been there? Maybe. If I have, it was long enough ago for me to be like, no, never. But I wouldn't put it past my younger self. We go through stages of development. But I think like if she went to UNC and her experience was that white, that feels to me like it may be a choice. Because the Black people that went to UNC that are not Tracy Dion were like, where are we? So that's why I'm like, for her to be like, oh, I went here, so I know, and the Black people to be like, this doesn't read like, someone somewhere is making choices. No, not a one Black person on the yard at all in North Carolina. That's what I'm saying. I know it's a state school. It may even be, is it a PWI? Like, but still, it's a state school. So even if you are predominantly white, you're still going to have Black people there. And again, people when they were like, our BSU is very active. So it just doesn't make any sense. Exactly. Exactly. Every vlog I've seen of Black girls at UNC on here, you see them with a little Black squad. So exactly. So I'm just, and I know that Bree is not a college student at UNC. So is she gonna be able to be in all these organizations? No, but they would be out here. And in absence of her being able to be in them, if your argument is, oh well, I went to UNC and this was my experience, and so you gave Bree your experience, then can you not also give her a little squad? So that's why I'm just like, choices were made. Round table didn't interest me. Oh yeah, the King Arthur retelling didn't interest me, and had enough English books at school in England. Thanks. Have I heard of Spirit of the Slayer by Sharana Harris? No, ma'am. It comes out next week, and it's also a college set, and it's with a Black MC, and it had a Black romance. Oh, it comes out when? Okay, remind me next year. That sounds good though. The only cultural. Oh wait, did you say they're in college? Yeah. Oh, college set. Is it college set, but they're like 16, or is it college set and they're college age? Because that's a big difference. I do not want to read about 16-year-olds at college. College has sketchy enough stuff where I'm like, I don't want to see children there. The only cultural Black thing Ari remembers is the elements of conjure, which is very subjective from family to family. Right. And she did a good job of explaining that in the author's note. I'm still upset that she went to that little party and the Black servers were applauding her for being in attendance in a pretty gown. Listen. All the fraught moments where it's just like, what? The orgs would at least be trying to recruit her for when she was a full-fledged student. That's how you boost membership, right? And at least, like, if you, especially knowing it's a PWI, making Black and brown students who are coming through these different experiences feel like they could belong, even if you're not like, join our club when you come. It's like, well, as long as you're here, we have this and this and that party. Here's how you can engage. Let us know how we can support you while you're here. Like something. It's college set in their college age, but it's still a YA. Cool. Yeah, definitely remind me. It was even the way that Bree cared for her. Exactly. Exactly. And I didn't want to say it, Deidre, but I was like, Legendborn and Raybear with the hair seams are night and day. They are night and day. I didn't want to say it because I've said it so many times, but it continues to be true. I don't know what you want from me. He's in college? He and Nick are in college. I forgot that. No. Oh my gosh. No. That makes me so uncomfortable. I'm not reading it. Thank you, Vina, for reminding me. It's been so long since I read or thought about this series. I completely forgot all of the age things. That this is a child with like young adults. 16-year-old, you're not a young adult, you're a child. Now you are an older child, you're not 4, but you're most certainly a minor legally and psychologically. You're an older child. These are young adults. No, no. And that setup doesn't make sense to me either, Vina. Nick is a high schooler? I thought he was her mentor that went to the school. All of this, that extra confusion, I do not think was necessary. I think that she could have very easily been a freshman. Like, why do we need the high school aspect? Just age her up a little bit and everything is a lot less weird. An 18-year-old college senior? What? I was a 17-year-old college freshman. How in the world is he a genius? Even a junior? It's too much for me. Let's read. I'm going to see if this allows me to share my screen. Oh my gosh, it works. And I'm like, Shay is not here to bail me out if this doesn't work for me today. But it did. But it did. Okay, great. 30 minutes. Let's get into it and forget about the everything with Legendborn and Legendborn cycle. Whatever. If you enjoy it, good. Like I said, she's a good writer. That's just not something for me, and I'm certainly not reading Bloodmarked right now with everything else going on. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, y'all turn them pages. Okay. Hello, people. Oh, we've had quite a few people join. Hi, hi. Let me roll back up. Yes, definitely smash that like button. Thank you for all those who are coming in the chat. For those of you who are watching on the replay, smash that like button. Hydrate, hydrate. I have been hydrating. I have been. Bethany, hi. Yeah, I finally made it. Was that a goal? Was it a goal to make a Friyay sprint? Good morning, SM Ryan, the writer. If you need editorial services, hit up SM Ryan, the writer. She has an Instagram, so definitely check her out on there as well. Finished my Bible study. Wow, met with some tough questions, but nothing that some prayer, further study, and further questioning will not get through. So, my word, 60% finished. Fully have forgotten what you're reading, Lena, so remind me, because I'm sure that it's far, far up in the chat above all the Legendborn brouhaha, and I would just rather not scroll through all of that. So remind me what you're reading. I'm going to switch now to reading Legendborn. Not really. I just need to find the section that I was referencing some plot that did not sound familiar or completely accurate to me in my own synopsis of it. So I just need to scan those last few pages of my dissertation and then scan the last bit of Legendborn. I think it was the part where Arthur tries to overtake her and then Vera protects her against it, which from what I heard is indicative of how Arthur be getting down with Bree. So at any rate, Ari just started this book about the Young Lords Party. Not familiar at all. Not familiar at all. Got a few pages of the intro done. Okay. A book about the Young Lords Party. It sounds like a gang, but is this a nonfiction? Because there's an intro that sounds like a study. Let me pull up this next timer. Yeah, I took a break from, well, this one's also pretty. I took a break from the boom timer. One, because it was like, in me, but also because it was just like, it's autumn. Let's get autumnal. And also just have one that's just like a different vibe. It's good to just keep a little rotation going. Did you finish A Woman of Endurance? Oh, these titles. Oh, that's a good title. A Woman of Endurance. Although it sounds like a bunch of hardships, so I don't know if I would read it, but that's a darn good title. Also, I recorded a book reaction. I'm so dark right now. Probably mix of the hair and also the actual low lighting in my apartment, but it's okay. I was like, what in the world are you talking about? Black girls must got it. Okay. Because I was like, what are you giving a confessional right now? Like, what's happening? I'm caught up. The self-same meta. I forgot what I was gonna say. Let me just go back to the chat. Oh, no. I do remember real quick. I recorded a series reaction to the Ellery Hathaway mystery series or detective series, whatever. It's really more thriller, suspense, and mystery. Like, it's not just a mystery. There's a lot of suspense. So I guess suspenseful mystery. But anyway, I recorded a reaction to the entire series. It took me a solid hour, and I was fully like, I'm gonna finish in 30 minutes. Not the case. Now, is that gonna be up today? No, because I haven't started editing yet, but it will probably be up on Tuesday. Actually, I think Shay and I are premiering the November Writerly conversation next Tuesday. So I may not drop the Ellery Hathaway thing until the Tuesday after that, the Tuesday of Thanksgiving week. So at any rate, keep your eye out for the first bookish content I have dropped solo dolo in a little minute. But I started another mystery detective series. So I was like, let me just do this Ellery Hathaway before I fully forget all the details, which I almost did. So I just needed to go ahead and get it recorded, even though I'm not sure when it'll be out in a couple of weeks. I actually thought I was going to be able to do it Tuesday, and then I remembered that I have something else on the docket. So keep your eye out also for the premiere for the live for the November Writerly Conversations. It's going to be good. Okay. I'm interested in that self-same medal, which is set in Shakespearean London. Okay. That self-same meta. Got it. That self-same medal. That's a good title too. Okay. So in Black Girls Must, that whole little series, this woman is 34 and pregnant from an IVF donor sperm. Still trying to figure stuff out. Messy, silly, funny, and enjoyable. 52 pages, and then oh my, Black Girls Must Be Magic. Okay. Listen, if you're enjoying yourself, that be the goal. Oh, it did start as a game, but they became affiliates of the Black Panther Party. So interesting history. So interesting. I was productive, but I didn't read 2 episodes of Naruto and several Googles for work. I mean, that sounds productive to me. How much were YA prices already? Because YA books are not cheap, especially hardbacks. Some jokers are like $24.99. No, paperbacks might be $19.99 or maybe $14.99 or something, depending. But $19.99 is not an increase as far as what I had already thought that they were. Because for sure, these debuts, I have not seen a single $19.99 debut. So, are you talking about paperbacks? Because even then, that's the usual price. So what is your purchase experience been with YA fantasy? Because that's been pretty much what it is as far as I have seen. And I'm gonna pull up the next sprint. This is a 40-minute one, but it started right after I started talking, so it's basically at the 30-minute mark. So we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, let's get into this next sprint. And 3, 2, 1. Y'all turn them pages. I was muted. Okay. Sorry. I was quickly trying to finish chasing down a citation. Done with that. Not with the chapter. Dare I even try to do another sprint? I mean, I guess not a long one though. It's going good. I'm coming up on the last page. Yeah, I'm coming up on the last page and very excited about it. So we're coming up on 12. If I did another sprint, obviously that would take us closer to 12:30 than 12. Maybe I don't care. I'll decide that in a second. I'm sure the publishers will blame paper shortages and shipping increases and say the price is justified by the length, but how are the kids supposed to afford these books? Yeah, they're not. I mean, how will their parents afford it? TBD, but hopefully libraries really step up and provide these books for the kids. Kara and Sasuke are fighting to get enough stress. You're in Naruto, right? Not Boruto. Although I wouldn't know the difference. Like if you were in Boruto, I would be like, oh, they're beefing, because I have not watched Boruto in a very long time. I just can't get past these spoiled kids. Like I can't. And this is always the thing when there's a next generation of anyone. You're always comparing the kids to the parents, and the kids are never going to stack up because of their parents. They're living in a time of peace. You just fight different when you're living in a time of war. Like when you're a full 15-year-old fighting a grown adult, you fight differently. When you're a 12-year-old, you've only ever sparred with adults who are your teachers, who care about you and who are training you with love and compassion. You just fight differently. You fight very differently. So it's not their fault, but it is less exciting to watch and far more aggravating when they be giving their parents all of this lip. And I'm just like, do you know what they had to go through for you to even have a life? I can't get over it. It's hard. So how is rereading sections of Legendborn? I actually didn't have to. I just needed to reread the section of my dissertation, and I was like, oh, I don't need to reread it to understand what happened. So that was good. No, I am fully trying to finish 2022. Like 2023, I'm not thinking about it at all. Okay. I'm almost done with my dissertation chapter that I need to focus on, and I don't think it'll take me another 30 minutes. Also, I'm tired. So we're just gonna stop it here. We've got an hour and a half. We talked for like almost 30 minutes, almost the full length of a sprint the first time, which is fine. Which is totally fine. And we started a little late because technology, but oh well. So I will talk to y'all next week, Lord willing. I think I'll be streaming. Keep an eye on the community tab. I'll make an announcement if I'm not going to after all. But I think I will be. Wait, no. No, it's not. I'm like, isn't that Thanksgiving Friday? It's not. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you smash that like button. I hope that you got a lot of reading or writing or working or whatever done. There are some sprints tomorrow at 3 p.m. I don't know where, not here, but that's happening. I hope you are having a really happy nano. Yeah, take care. Bye.